I don't think we've even seen the tip of the iceberg. I think the potential of what the internet is going to do to society, both good and bad, is unimaginable. I think we're actually on the cusp of something exhilarating and terrifying.
Avid Bowie is known for pushing boundaries in music and fashion, but in 1999, he also predicted the future of the internet.
In the future, when every town in America would have a telephone.
It's almost eerie how accurate his words are today. From the fading mystique of rock stardom to the internet's disruptive force, Bowie saw transformation and chaos looming. When you revisit this interview now, you'll find his visions are more relevant than ever, like they were pulled straight from a dystopian script. Ready for a reality check? Master of reinvention. David Bowie was a true master of reinvention. Over his remarkable career, he shifted from one persona to another, constantly surprising the world.
You shocked parents. I mean, they were disturbed about their kids watching the transgender thing. Now those same kids have kids, and they're worried by the antics of Marilyn Manson.
As Ziggy Stardust, he embraced the glam rock scene, wearing bold makeup and futuristic outfits. Then, he morphed into the Thin White Duke, a stark contrast in style and mood. Each change wasn't just for show, it mirrored fresh sounds, ideas, and energy. Bowie seemed fearless. If one approach grew dull, he simply moved on to something new. This drive to explore fresh perspectives made him an icon. Even now, fans look to Bowie for proof that change can unlock doors to creativity. He refused to be pinned down, and his courage to evolve stands as a testament to the power of reinvention. From start to finish, he remained one step ahead, reminding us all. Embracing growth can lead to endless possibilities. He never settled, instead forging new paths that shaped modern music and culture forever worldwide. Pioneer of glam rock. Standing out in the early 1970s, glam rock burst onto the scene with shiny clothes, wild makeup, and a flair for the dramatic. Artists in this movement wanted to shock and awe, mixing guitar-driven rock with eye-catching showmanship. Fans were thrilled by the spectacle, craving something fresh following the psychedelic rock era. Electric guitars, catchy hooks, and larger-than-life performances became the hallmark of glam rock's bold spirit. Leading figures included Mark Bolan of T-Rex, whose sparkling stage outfits and energetic hits paved the way for more artists to push style boundaries. David Bowie soon took the stage with his unforgettable Ziggy Stardust persona, catapulting glam rock to new heights. Dressed in bright, futuristic clothing and sporting vivid orange hair,
well, let's talk about this art. I mean, it is hard to overstate his contribution to music, to fashion, to culture. What did David Bowie do for this world?
He dazzled audiences with bold tunes and science fiction-inspired imagery. Through his transformative style, Bowie challenged ideas about identity and the importance of traditional rock star images. His theatrical shows, featuring lavish set pieces and flamboyant dancers, turned concerts into immersive events. Listeners were drawn to Bowie's fearlessness in reinventing himself, seeing him as the living embodiment of glam rock's rebellious heart. Glam rock wasn't just about the costumes, though. At its core, it celebrated freedom of expression, encouraging musicians and fans alike to step outside standard norms. Men wore shimmering outfits and makeup, women sported edgy ensembles, and all were welcome to explore new ways of being themselves. The music was direct, fun, and driving, fusing pop hooks with crunchy guitar riffs. Bowie's creativity inspired countless musicians to try on different personas, experiment with new sounds, and risk being laughed at for the sake of bold art. As the 70s progressed, glam rock evolved, with other acts picking up its vibrant energy. Yet David Bowie's impact stayed strong, shaping not only rock, but pop, fashion, and visual culture for years. He paved the road for artists who believed in pushing limits and blending art with entertainment. Even after glam rock's heyday, Bowie's spirit of reinvention endured, influencing new wave, punk, and alternative music scenes. By refusing to retreat into the familiar, he showed how style and substance can merge into a revolutionary force, and that is why he remains a true pioneer of glam rock. Influence on fashion and art. David Bowie's trailblazing sense of style left a huge impact on the world of fashion and art. From bold stage costumes to outlandish hairstyles, he rarely looked the same twice. The iconic lightning bolt makeup from his Aladdin Sane era is still a recognizable emblem of self-expression. Bowie collaborated with celebrated designers like Kansai Yamamoto.
He's one of Japan's most important fashion exports, Kansai Yamamoto.
I have to make happiness to the people. That's my, my life, I thought. So, if I design, and then if someone wear, have to be very happy feeling.
Producing daring outfits that blurred lines between masculine and feminine. This forward-thinking outlook encouraged people from all walks of life to experiment with their own appearances. Beyond his striking looks, Bowie's artful approach influenced visual creators everywhere. Photographers and painters derived inspiration from his ability to craft entire stories through color, shape, and character. He broke away from basic norms, willingly combining multiple styles and themes to keep his audience guessing. This fearless blend of pop culture, fine art, and performance set new standards for creativity. Art schools taught courses that turned to Bowie as a living example of how appearances can convey complex ideas. Designers pointed to him when arguing that a single outfit can become a conversation piece or even a political statement. By mixing his many identities, Bowie showed that fashion has real power. Even after his passing, major fashion shows regularly cite his personas as references, proving his lasting legacy. Artists acknowledge him as a master at channeling raw human emotion into both music and visuals. Wherever innovation thrives, Bowie's spirit remains. Visionary in music and technology. David Bowie was not only a pioneer in music, but also a visionary in how technology and society could come together. Even before most people understood the internet's potential, Bowie was already exploring ways to share his art online. He launched BowieNet, an internet service that gave fans direct access to his updates, music, and community forums. This was a bold idea at the time, a rock star creating a digital hub. Bowie also embraced new recording techniques. He was open to electronic elements, sample-based production, and digital effects that blended with his signature sound. His interest in technology went beyond the stage, as he theorized about the future of art in a digital world. In interviews, he described the internet as an alien life form.
It's just a tool, though, isn't it?
No, it's not. No. No, it's an alien life form
that would bring both wonders and chaos, allowing everyone to become creators. His work with Brian Eno on albums like Outside thrust narratives and digital enhancements into the music. This gave listeners interactive experiences, foreshadowing the growing trend of multimedia projects. While other artists saw technology as a mere tool, Bowie saw it as a frontier for pushing boundaries. In an age where streaming and social media rule music, Bowie's forward-thinking spirit stands out. He understood that merging music and technology could close the gap between artist and audience. By doing so, he laid the groundwork for modern performers who see digital platforms as more than just ways to distribute songs. Bowie's legacy continues as a testament to the creative power of an open mind and a willingness to step into the unknown. Early internet advocate. At a time when many people saw the internet as a novelty, David Bowie recognized its potential to reshape society. He felt it could eliminate barriers between creators and audiences, allowing fans to access new music and art without middlemen. While others approached the web cautiously, Bowie jumped right in, setting up BowieNet in 1998. This internet service allowed subscribers to chat in forums, stream exclusive content, and discover fresh tracks before they reached radio or TV. By taking such a step, he opened the door for more artists to experiment with online platforms. Bowie believed the internet would become a lively forum for self-expression, mirroring the original spirit of rock music. He famously described the web as an alien life form, underscoring his view that it was both thrilling and risky. This stance set him apart from other musicians of that era, who mostly treated new technology as a novelty or a side project. He saw the internet as a game changer, a place where fans and artists could break free from industry norms and forge genuine connections. Decades later, Bowie's unwavering faith in the internet's power rings true. Streaming services, social media, and digital platforms have changed how music is shared. Fans no longer rely on record labels or radio stations to discover new tracks, just as Bowie predicted. By taking the plunge in the late 90s, he showed other artists what was possible. Today, nearly every major musician relies on online tools for promotion and fan engagement. Bowie's brave move with BowieNet stands as a landmark, reminding us that big leaps can spark lasting change. Prediction of fragmentation. David Bowie believed the internet would bring about an age of fragmentation in music, art, and culture.
To induct David Bowie into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen, David Byrne.
Instead of one big star leading a movement, he saw endless subgroups forming around niche interests. Because the web lets everyone find others who share their tastes, Bowie believed mass media and single icons would matter less. Fans could connect with each other, powering new scenes and styles. This view was bold when he first spoke about it, as few artists looked that far ahead. In the 20th century, major acts like the Beatles or Elvis Presley could shape an entire decade. By the 1990s, Bowie saw that no single figure dominated music in the same way, hinting at the start of cultural splitting. He felt this fragmentation would only grow stronger with online communities, giving fans the freedom to celebrate specialized ideas. Bowie enjoyed how smaller groups could be as meaningful as any mainstream force, because they offered a sense of belonging without relying on a massive media machine. Today, his prediction rings true. We have countless genres, subgenres, and microgenres, each with a devoted audience. Social media platforms and streaming services let listeners explore music from card-carrying fans across the globe. By foreseeing the fragmentation of culture, Bowie displayed his uncanny knack for reading social tides. His vision remains a testament to the power of creative thinking in uncertain times, breaking out of old norms and sparking new forms of inspiration. Interactive relationship between artist and audience. One of the biggest transformations in modern music is the interactive relationship between artist and audience. Instead of passively receiving content, fans now shape an artist's direction with direct feedback. Social media and streaming services have blurred the line between performer and spectator, allowing listeners to share opinions and influence what musicians produce. Artists often respond by incorporating fan suggestions or customizing experiences to match what audiences want. This dynamic feedback loop invests listeners deeper into the creative journey, resulting in living collaborations rather than one-way performances. Concerts become shared moments, with synergy that makes each show and release unique. By elevating the audience's role, artists foster a more personal bond, forging loyalty and trust. It's no longer just a musician playing to a crowd, but a community celebrating the act of creation together. David Bowie foresaw this shift long before social media became widespread. He believed technology would transform how fans engage with music.
So we're here today to talk about musical technology. And I guess when most people think about musical technology, they think about computers, recording studios, or live sound stages with racks and racks of equipment,
granting them greater influence over an artist's image and work. His early projects, such as BowieNet, offered fans insights and discussions that could shape his future material. This approach removed barriers, sparking a sense of co-creation. Now, the interactive bond between artist and audience reshapes what it means to be a fan, turning it into an active experience. As more musicians embrace new platforms, the line between creator and listener keeps dissolving, promising a more connected, vibrant, and shared musical world. Creative democracy. Creative democracy is the idea that art should be open to anyone with a spark of inspiration, no matter their background or resources. It breaks the old rules where only select talent or big record labels decided what we could hear or see. With today's technology, anyone can share a painting, song, or film with the world in just a few clicks. This newfound freedom allows voices from all corners of the globe to join the conversation, changing how we make and consume art. In the past, artists often relied on gatekeepers, publishers, studios, or radio stations to bring their work to life. Now, platforms like social media and streaming services have chipped away at those barriers. People can collaborate across oceans, mixing influences and skills in ways older generations never thought possible. This open access encourages new ideas to bloom, broadening the range of styles and stories we encounter. David Bowie understood this shift early on, praising how the internet could unleash hidden talent and spark bold experiments. He saw that once fans took an active part, commenting, sharing, and even co-creating, everything changed. Instead of a one-way street where artists told us what to like, creative democracy lets listeners guide and refine projects in real time. That's why bands might alter a song after reading online feedback, or filmmakers might tweak scenes based on fan suggestions. Through creative democracy, we discover that art does not exist in a vacuum. It's a living, breathing force shaped by the people who love it. Everybody's views matter, whether they're seasoned professionals or newcomers with fresh eyes. Potential for both good and evil. Beneath the sparkle of advanced technology lies a dual nature that can guide societies toward progress or chaos. David Bowie saw this aspect when he described the internet as exhilarating and disturbing. By bridging distances, technology offers a stage where people can share music, art, and ideas instantly, connecting minds that might never have crossed paths otherwise. Yet with every benefit, there is a hidden danger that can spread harmful content, privacy violations, and malicious agendas. For Bowie, this was a direct reflection of human nature itself, capable of uplifting artistry or destructive influence. He believed that the internet acted as a mirror, showing us both the best and worst of who we are. On the bright side, technology has democratized art, letting fresh voices emerge without waiting for corporate approval. Musicians, painters, and filmmakers can produce and distribute their work worldwide, gaining support from fans they have never met in person. This openness sparks innovation and fosters cultural exchange, giving people power to define taste, rather than blindly following what big industries push. In music, for example, Bowie's own web projects hinted at how listeners could shape an artist's direction with feedback and shared enthusiasm. This kind of interactivity can inspire new forms of expression, resulting in unexpected collaborations and unique sounds. However, this same open system allows false information, hateful rhetoric, and damaging behavior to flourish. Bowie warned that the internet might magnify our darker impulses. Distrust can grow in echo chambers, and people may become trapped in narrow viewpoints. Cyberbullying and exploitation show how easily technology can be misused. Vision of new media interplay. David Bowie foresaw a future where different forms of media would merge and influence one another, reshaping how art and culture reach people. In his mind, music would no longer exist in isolation, but would bond seamlessly with technology, performance, and visual storytelling. This fluid exchange would expand creative possibilities, thrilling new audiences eager for unique experiences. Bowie envisioned artists switching between mediums without missing a beat, whether experimenting with online forums, interactive platforms, or digital art forms. By erasing barriers, they could engage watchers and listeners on deeper levels, inviting fans to be part of their creative journeys. Bowie also predicted that media interplay would breed fresh voices in every field, boosting diversity and innovation. Today, social media, music videos, and immersive apps echo much of his prophecy, proving that collaboration across different media can spark breakthroughs. His vision lives on, pushing creative expression into truly exciting new frontiers. Unidentified flying objects have been caught on camera in real time, sending waves of fear across the globe.
Now, the American people have legitimate questions, and I believe it's critical that Congress should help address them. This is about the truth and science and facts.
These sightings were over densely populated areas like New York and New Jersey, raising alarming questions about safety, extraterrestrial activity, or even potential enemy military operations. As the world holds its breath, two well-known personalities, Joe Rogan and Stephen Greer, just stepped into the spotlight to leak the secret behind the sightings. Are these objects advanced U.S. drones, or do they signal something far more unsettling? Join us as we let you in on how Joe Rogan and Stephen Greer exposed the whole secret about the U.S. drones. The unknown drones phenomena. As more stories about unidentified flying objects keep popping up, the world is becoming a lot more curious and a little more nervous. A recent incident involving what seemed to be drones captured over the skies of New York and New Jersey has left many people with plenty to say. The video footage, which is as clear as it gets, shows the objects zipping around at incredible speeds, making sharp, erratic movements with glowing patterns that look almost otherworldly.
Good morning, John. A series of widely sighted, unidentified drones observed in the skies, described as having blinking lights and a wingspan of about 6 feet. The drones fly in groups of 6 to 10 and are usually seen between 7 and 10 p.m.
Naturally, this unusual sighting caught the attention of Joe Rogan and Stephen Greer, two big names when it comes to discussing UFOs and government secrets. Let's start with Stephen Greer. If you've ever looked into the world of UFOs, his name has probably come up more than once. He's one of the loudest voices in the conversation about extraterrestrial life and government cover-ups. Greer has spent years researching and exposing what he calls hidden truths about UFO sightings and alien technology. He's even briefed top government officials about the subject. When he speaks, people listen. Then there's Joe Rogan. Known for his ability to take complicated or controversial topics and break them down, Rogan isn't just a curious observer in this case. He's known for his deep dives and provocative questions. His analysis of these mysterious drones has become a major talking point, but no one could have predicted just how shocking his revelations would be. So what exactly has Joe Rogan revealed? It all started with a recent podcast episode that has everyone talking. Rogan, who has always been fascinated by extraterrestrial phenomena, used the opportunity to revisit the issue of unidentified aerial objects. He's been outspoken for years about how governments need to stop keeping secrets and start being honest about what they know. In this particular episode, Rogan played the footage of the mysterious drones for his audience. What followed had viewers on the edge of their seats. As the video rolled, Rogan made some jaw-dropping observations. First, he pointed out that these weren't your typical drones. In fact, they didn't even come close to resembling any known drone technology. According to Rogan, these objects defied explanation. From their movements to their speed, none of it lined up with the laws of physics as we understand them. To make sense of it all, Rogan brought in an expert, Dr. Maria, an aerospace engineer. Her take on the situation was just as unsettling. She explained that for drones to move the way these did, they would need a propulsion system that doesn't currently exist in human technology, not even in theory. This wasn't just advanced technology. It was something completely beyond what we're capable of. But the real twist came when Rogan rewound the footage to take a closer look. That's when he noticed something truly extraordinary. At one point in the video, the drone made a sharp right-angle turn. This wasn't just a quick maneuver. It was a move so precise and so fast that it would be impossible for any technology we have today to replicate. On top of that, the drone was moving at supersonic speeds, faster than anything our military has ever produced. And then there was the sound, or rather, the lack of it. Rogan pointed out that the drone made no noise and left no visible propulsion trail. That's not normal. Every known aircraft, even the most advanced ones, leaves some kind of trace, whether it's a vapor trail or the roar of engines. This drone, however, seemed to glide through the air as if it were from another world. Rogan didn't mince words. He said that if this drone was human-made, then whoever built it is working on an entirely different level of technology. This was something we can barely comprehend. The big question, of course, is what these objects really are. Are they extraterrestrial in origin? Or could they be advanced military prototypes from another country, testing boundaries right over our heads? And then there's the most unnerving possibility. What if these drones have a purpose we don't yet understand? Are they simply surveillance tools? Or do they have a more sinister mission?
Members of Congress received a classified intelligence briefing today about the drone swarms that have appeared for weeks now over a growing number of states. And then late this afternoon, the Department of Defense issued yet another statement about the mystery drones, assuring the public that it is taking the issue very seriously.
As Rogan delved deeper into the mystery, the world was left with more questions than answers. Whatever these drones are, they've sparked a debate that isn't going away anytime soon. Could this be the moment we finally learn the truth about what's flying through our skies? The surprising inputs of experts. It would have been easy to brush off the sighting as a one-time thing if it had occurred randomly in some remote location, but that wasn't the case. As Joe Rogan dug deeper, he found out more truths about the mystery. This wasn't some fluke. The drones were spotted over New York and New Jersey, two of the most heavily surveilled areas in the world. This raised bigger questions. Why there, of all places? Surely there had to be more to it, and it was time to hear from experts and others with valuable insights. One of the most striking revelations on Rogan's show came from a guest who chose to remain anonymous. This person was a former aerospace engineer with extensive experience working on classified military-grade technology. Despite his expertise, he admitted that the object in question was a total mystery to him. He explained that this wasn't the kind of thing you could just whip up in a lab. The movements, the speed, and the eerie silence, it was all light years ahead of even the most advanced classified projects he had worked on. Instead of simplifying the matter, his comments only deepened the mystery. As the conversation continued, Rogan's fans from all over the world chimed in through the live chat. Questions came flooding in, and speculations started to snowball. Many suggested that the drones could be of alien origin, potentially designed to observe humanity, or even prepare us for something bigger. But why was this speculation gaining so much traction? At this point, the behavior of the drones became the focus. Beyond being spotted in densely populated regions like New York and New Jersey, they exhibited other strange characteristics. For example, they would hover motionless in the air for extended periods before suddenly vanishing without a trace. This bizarre behavior was terrifying to many, sparking theories that these drones might actually be alien spaceships. Could it be that extraterrestrial beings are watching us? And if so, what could their intentions be? For answers, we turn to Stephen Greer. He has long championed the belief that many of these sightings are connected to extraterrestrial life. Greer is no stranger to controversy. His bold claims about alien existence have made him a polarizing figure, but they've also made him a leading voice in this arena. He even founded an organization dedicated to explaining what he sees as the hidden truths about alien activity on Earth. Over the years, Greer has made some truly wild claims about aliens. According to him, extraterrestrial beings have been visiting Earth for decades, if not centuries. He believes that governments around the world, especially in the United States, are hiding critical information about these encounters. Greer's theories, while unconventional, suddenly seem eerily relevant in light of these recent drone sightings. If these drones are indeed of extraterrestrial origin, it opens the door to a host of unsettling questions. Does their presence signal danger? Are they weaponized? Could they pose a threat to humanity? These concerns bring us back to Joe Rogan, who didn't shy away from addressing them. Rogan pointed out that, based on the drones' evasive and sophisticated behavior, stopping them would be nearly impossible if their intentions were harmful. Even if these drones aren't alien in origin, the implications are still concerning. What kind of human technology could achieve this level of stealth and capability? And if it's human-made, why is it flying over such heavily monitored areas without explanation? On the other hand, some experts argue that if extraterrestrial beings were observing us, they likely don't intend to harm us. Their reasoning is simple. If aliens wanted to hurt humanity, they would have done so already. This perspective offers a small sense of relief, but it still leaves us wondering, what is their mission? Rogan himself couldn't resist speculating. If these drones are studying us, what's their ultimate goal? Are they preparing for something? Are they trying to communicate with us? Or are we simply part of some grand experiment? For now, the answers to these questions remain elusive, but as we aim to reveal the truth, Rogan doesn't hesitate to highlight another problem: the cover-ups. The questions kept piling up, and the lack of answers made things even more unsettling. Joe Rogan admitted that what truly freaked him out was the silence. He explained that if the government knows what these strange objects are, they're not saying a word, and if they don't know, that's even scarier. This isn't the first time Rogan has criticized the government for withholding information on UFO sightings. It's an issue he's raised often, and for good reason. Over the years, the mystery of unidentified flying objects has left its mark on history, with countless eyewitness accounts fueling the intrigue. Take the case of a resident in Hoboken, New Jersey, who reported an eerie experience. Around 9:30 p.m., she noticed a cluster of light orbs hovering in the night sky. They weren't planes or helicopters. What stood out was how these orbs moved together, almost as if they were communicating. It was unsettling, but her story was just one of many. Similar reports have poured in from New York and New Jersey, making UFO sightings in these areas seem almost routine. According to Rogan, this isn't just another conspiracy theory. The Pentagon itself has admitted they don't know what these objects are. Now, they're appearing over major cities, and it feels like the phenomenon is escalating. To make matters worse, some eyewitnesses have reported strange physical effects during these sightings. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Also, click the following video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it.